Hi, I'm Jiayi. I'm 20 this year and I'm currently based in KL. I was the former president of Taylor's Animal Welfare Society from August 2020 up until September 2021. I do have a very special place in my heart for animals. Ever since I was young, I found animals to be very intriguing and calming, and earlier this year I managed to convince my parents to let me adopt two fur babies. Taylor's Animal Welfare Society was founded back in November 2019 with the aim to help the animals around and in campus, but slowly we've evolved into spreading animal awareness in general and to help animal shelters and volunteer. I joined Taylor's Animal Welfare Society back in August 2020 because back then there were no other clubs or societies in Taylor's University that was focused solely on animal welfare. I did find it hard to not only lead the board of committees, but also get members to actively engage in our activities. But throughout all that, I did clearly know my responsibilities, so that was what kept me going. Ever since joining the society and actively volunteering at animal shelters, it has opened my eyes to how many animals are out there that are in need of homes and has made me empathize with them a lot more. The best moments I've had throughout the past year was whenever we would volunteer at animal shelters. It's just a very heartwarming experience to see our members interact with animals. I do often volunteer at animal shelters, and I remember my first time volunteering was a honestly scary experience being surrounded by so many animals. The greatest challenge working as a volunteer is that a lot of these animal shelters are placed very far from the city, so it's a long drive to the shelter and it's basically a whole day activity. Most people do discriminate against stray animals solely because they're not bred as pedigrees, but just like any other pets you'd find in a pet shop, all they do want is a loving home and they'd definitely be lovely companions. When volunteering at animal shelters, one of the most important things to take note of is that these animals may have been abused, they may have been in street fights, so they do have trauma, and it's important to not be overly excited when approaching them, to be calm and to just give them their space. The biggest lesson I've learned from being the president of Taylor's Animal Welfare Society is patience. So patience when working with people, patience when dealing with animals, and most importantly, patience with myself. My biggest hopes for animal welfare in Malaysia is in regards to how the government handles overpopulation of strays. So for example, in Penang, they do implement a system where after they've caught a stray, they would neuter it and try to rehome it. And hundreds of dogs have been rehomed through this method, so I do hope that Malaysia as a whole would try to implement this system.